Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Masters of Renaissance, Lorenzo Il Magnifico, the card game. So this is the updated version of Lorenzo. It's the card version of Lorenzo. At least that's what the title is suggesting. There is, or at least was, a lot of people on podcasts that I listen to saying, this doesn't feel anything like Lorenzo except for the artwork. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that, yeah, this has that Lorenzo-ness sitting around it. Because I understand how to play Lorenzo Il Magnifico, playing this game was a heck of a lot easier. I kind of understood what was happening, what was going on. I don't know how I would be just playing this one without having played Lorenzo before, but there's enough similarity for me to understand the necessity to keep them as partner games to each other, or as this one is a card game version of the other one. However, this isn't necessarily just cards. There's a whole bunch of other stuff going on. This game is based around a board of marbles. And this is one of the things you can do. And within the board of marbles, you're choosing one of the lines and you get all of the stuff from that line. But you can only keep so much stuff. You need to action your board, the cards that you have on your board, to be able to change things out of there to other things or to various things in a section of your board that you can have as many things as you like on it. You need to spend stuff to get other cards in. And that's pretty much the forward and back of it. There is a religion track similar to on Lorenzo that you need to move along. And there's a point where as soon as someone gets to that point, the religion is scored. If you're not into this little box, so it's about 4-ish spaces, if you're not in that space when it gets scored, you will lose the chance to be able to get an extra bit of score out of it, a bit of bonus mark points out of it. That's not the end of the world, but it's something that you it's a balance you have to make. It's like, is it worthwhile pushing forward on this track instead of doing other stuff? There's a real kind of push-pull on that. And that's really what makes Lorenzo work. I think that the whole, I have to spend some time getting my religion track up instead of doing this other stuff, or I can choose not to, but I'm going to get a negative by not following on that. That is what links these two games together. This version, the card game version, has that as well. It's slightly different, and it's the way we understand it is slightly different, but it's all comes down to points in the end. I really enjoyed this game. I enjoyed both of the versions of the game. I think that they're both really wonderful, and I also think that they are different enough to allow this one to stand by itself. Quite often, if you get a card game, and I fear that this is what people were saying about this game, is the fact that they are different games or feel different makes them different games, so therefore they don't belong together. I think that they do belong together, but they're different enough to make it worthwhile having both, because sometimes you're going to want to play one version, sometimes you want to play another. I have a lot of games that are a second version or a different version of a game I already have. Brass is probably the best example of it. They are similar games. They're really similar. They play really similarly, but there's just a couple of little tweaks that make them different games, and one is vastly superior to the other, in my opinion. With this, there's not just a couple of tweaks that separate the games. There are some real major manipulations that make them totally different games, and therefore the playing of this version, I really enjoyed it. I find it good. And I don't think you have to know Lorenzo to be able to enjoy this one. I don't think that this is too similar to Lorenzo to make them feel like they're almost the same game, and there's enough going on with it. So look, I'm going to leave that there. Go ahead and watch my Gamesplaned Gamesplaination to get a feel for how the game plays and see if you would like it. Please comment below if you have any thoughts or suggestions about this game. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.